So today we are going to start SAP CO session. Okay. So in CO, your major topics is going to be cost element accounting. Okay. Then we are going to have cost center accounting and internal order. Then product cost, product costing, and then COPA. So cost element accounting, it takes 5 days or 1 week, sir. That means in our case it is 2 weekends. 2 weekends. In cost center accounting, almost 1 to 1.5 month it will take, sir. Internal order half month it will take. Product costing 1 to 1.5 month. COPA also if 1 month or nearly. These are the things I'm planning to cover in terms of CO. Along with that, if everybody supports and everybody want to learn material ledger, I will take this material ledger, and this material ledger also will take 1 month. During the course, along with that, we are going to see FIMM integration and FISD integration also. These two will take post completion of your cost center accounting. Post completion of your cost center accounting, we are going to take this one. Okay. So these are the major topics. This will take around 20 plus 10, sir, almost 30 to 40 hours sessions, sir. Only your integration will take 30 to 40 hours sessions. So these are the major things which we are going to cover through controlling in our CO module. Okay. So here one by one, I will take the brief. So what is the use of controlling module and why we are using it? Okay. See, in financial accounting, we are doing all the legal related transactions, which is your day-to-day postings, which we can say it as FB50 or FB60, FB70, and asset related transactions also. All these financial transactions, whatever we are doing it, we are going to say it as legal transactions, which is going to be happen in fundamentals of accounting, in book knowledge, or it is at legal entity level. Legal entity nothing but your company code. And the same way, if you want to do the things in managerial accounting, so in your book knowledge, whatever we are saying as a managerial accounting, in SAP, we are going to say that one as controlling module. Okay. In controlling module, majorly we are going to capture P&L values to controlling module. Normally, we won't take balance sheet values to controlling module. So the reason is, see, your expenditure you are booking in your finance as a total expenditure. but you doesn't know what purpose you are spending that expenditure and which location and what purpose, what is the use of it. So to get to know the detailed manner reports, which is not possible in your financial accounting. So that is the reason we are going to use it in controlling module. Let's take simple example. You are having a raw material called plastic. Simple example. So in your financial accounting, it will be there as a stock account and where you will maintain your stock value. But when you are doing a production or manufacturing, you are going to consume that plastic to your manufacturing. And while consuming it, you are not only going to consume it to one nature of manufacturing. Let's take example, you will have a pen manufacturing, a tire manufacturing, or whatever the other plastics examples. You are going to do different product manufacturing. So here, when you are consuming it, it is going to be a consumption account. Always your consumption account is P&L expenditure. So in this case, your expenditure account, you are using it and you want to know to which production or which manufacturing I have spent the raw material or plastic material. And what is the cost of that plastic material? What is the value of it? If you want to know each production wise, if you want to know each pen manufacturing wise and tire manufacturing wise or any box manufacturing wise, if you want to know cost, which is not possible in finance accounting. So you want to segregate whatever the cost is occurring specific to product wise or specific to department wise or specific to any object wise. In such cases, it is mandatory to use controlling module. Okay. Here, if you look at the cost element accounting nothing but your GL accounts only. There is no change of it. So here in controlling module, as I said earlier, we are going to use majorly the P&L accounts. Okay. Now in P&L accounts, so the expenditure GL accounts, you are going to capture the cost and you are going to transfer that cost to finance module to controlling module. Let's take the other example. You are going to do as a salary payables. So here your salary expenditure, you are going to book it. What is your salary expenditure? You are going to book it. But in financial accounting, you will show it as only salaries. But this salaries is paid for what purpose, what nature of employees you are having, or what departments you are having, and each department wise what is the cost. You want to know all this detailing report, which is not possible in financial accounting. So simply we can say managerial accounting nothing but where you can get your internal reporting, whatever the manner you are expecting to do. మనము ఇంటర్నల్ కంపెనీ ఇంటర్నల్గా ఏ లెవెల్లో మనం కాస్ట్ అనాలిసిస్ రిపోర్ట్ కావాలంటే ఆ లెవెల్లో చూడొచ్చు. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద మేజర్ పర్పస్ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు యూస్ కాస్ట్ controlling module. Okay, so let me go through the examples. So we are going to have, let's take simple example of salaries. Let's take example of salary. So in financial accounting, what you are going to put? Debit salaries credited to cash. You are going to make it as 10 million. Okay, 10 million means 1 crore, sir. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the cost you have booked into your accounting. Okay. Now you want to know this 1 crore amount or this 10 million amount where you are going to capture. For what purpose you are spending this 1 million, 10 million? For what purpose we are spending this 10 million? In your financial accounting, it is not possible because you are able to see only the financial entry, which is like debit salaries and credit cash. So in your financial report or financial statement version reports or any GL balance report, you are able to see the total cost only, total expenditure only. This 10 million occurred for what purpose, which you are not aware of it. So in controlling module, what we are going to do? We are going to capture this cost to a cost center, to a cost center. We are going to capture into a cost center. Let's take example of common cost center. Okay. Now you have booked this entire cost to common cost center, and from here, this is your common cost center. From here, you are going to segregate the cost to the multiple departments: admin department, finance department, HR department, and whatever the other, canteen. Okay. So like way, you can segregate it. Now, in your common cost center, you are having a value of 10 million. This 10 million, you want to segregate for admin how much cost it has been occurred. That means this salaries for admin purpose, what would be your salaries? Let's take example of 2 millions, finance 3 million, HR another 4 million, and canteen 1 million. So now you are able to segregate this value from 10 million to the respective departmental wise cost. You are able to segregate this one, which is possible in controlling module, not in finance module. Okay. And now this is one way of doing. Okay. So this is purely you are doing in controlling module. That means if you want, you can do allocate the cost from one object to other. So you are able to allocate the cost from common department to common cost center to the other departmental objects, from common object to other departmental object, which is possible to do it. And the other way of it, at the time of doing your data entry also, if you want, you can control the cost. You can post the cost. Okay, this is the also you can post, and you can assign your controlling objects here also. That means at the time of posting your values itself, if you want to segregate with respect to departmental wise, you can segregate and you can do posting also. This way also we are able to post it. And in controlling module now, I can achieve what is my admin department salary cost. What is my admin department salary cost, which I can achieve by this way also. That means where I am going to work within controlling module, the allocations, or at the time of posting itself in the finance, I will segregate and post the values with respect to my departments wise or my cost object wise. That way also I can achieve it. So this level of reporting internal purpose we are going to use. Internal purpose means company internal purpose. So they want to know at what level the cost expenditure is happening. At what level the cost is or expenditure is happening and why it is happening. What was my projection and what is my actual. So all those things we are able to get it by using this controlling module. From your controlling module, you are able to achieve the department level or the object level reporting. Okay, that is what we are able to achieve it. So if you want to activate controlling module, mandatorily required the FI module. Without FI module, there is no controlling module. Okay, without FI module, there is no controlling module. Okay, so now the next one. So how the organization structure will be. Now you know the basic fund of what is the usage of your controlling model. The basic usage of your controlling model is majorly for internal reporting only. Okay, and the same way. Now we have taken here the examples of departmental cost. And the same way you can see the productions also, manufacturing. Okay, so let's take another example of manufacturing. To take the example of manufacturing. So, at the time of doing manufacturing, let's assume you are manufacturing a pen. To manufacturing a pen, what and all the things you require? You require a plastic, you require ink, okay, you require steel, okay. So these are your raw materials. These three are your raw materials. These three are your raw materials. And this is your finished product. This is your finished product, and these three are your raw materials. Okay, so are you able to use this raw material and able to get your pen directly? No, you need to do some operations. You need to do some operations too. So what is this operation you are going to perform? You need to do some operation. What is this operation? How could system know? System doesn't know anything. As a consultant or as a business person, we need to update to the system what and all the operations we are going to perform. Okay. So in these operations, you are going to say that I am going to use my mission 10 hours. I'm going to use my mission 10 hours. In bracket, you can take to convert the plastic into proper required shape. Just I am giving an example. So for this purpose, you are going to use machinery. So when you are running a machinery, you mandatorily require the employee, or we can say that the respective machinery controller. That is why we are going to use. We are going to say that activity is mandate. Mandate. So we are going to use three mandates. Okay, and along with that, you are going to use your cleaning thing, your machinery cleaning. Let's take one MND, one mandate. So this is the way you are going to finalize your operational planning. Now, how system knows? This is machinery expenditure. Normally, what is your machinery expenditure, sir? You will purchase a machine, it will be there as your asset, and post that. How are we going to get your machinery expenditure? Okay, your machinery expenditure is going to be your depreciation. Along with that, the respective machinery equipments, what are the small equipments which is required while running your machine. It might be small screws or whatever the geyser, whatever the XYZ parameters. All those things you need to consider it as. So to capture all those costs, what you require first, as I said earlier, if you want to capture the cost, here I gave the example of salaries. In machinery point of view, it is going to be machinery point of view, it is going to be debit depreciation, debit local consumption, and credited to respective balance sheet account. It might be accumulated depreciation, and also credited to cash for local consumption. So here, if you observe, these two are your P&L accounts. These two are your P&L accounts. So here you are going to get the respective cost. Here you are going to get the respective cost. Let's take the cost as 1 lakh. Here let's take this one as 50,000. Your accumulated depreciation also going to be 1 lakh. Your cash also going to be 50,000. So here this 1,50,000 is related to your machinery cost. But you are not only going to use this machinery cost for only manufacturing of one product. Here I am doing pen as one manufacturing. Okay. And like take one more manufacturing. I am going to have it. I am going to have one more manufacturing. Here in this case, my manufacturing is different. I am going to manufacturing the tires. In tires, I don't require ink. I require only plastic material. I required only plastic material. And operation point of view, I required these three operations. So let again the same cost, whatever you are having here, it is going to be distributed into two manufacturing orders. This cost is going to absorb into two manufacturing. Your depreciation that is happening through tires manufacturing, and also it is happening to your pen manufacturing. So that means this 1 lakh is going to segregate into manufacturing of tires as well as manufacturing of pen also. On what basis you need to distribute? Based on your machinery hours. What is my total cost? What is my actual hours? Actual hours used. I have used this machinery 1,000 hours for this month for all the productions. So my per hour cost is what, sir? Per hour cost is what? Which is going to be 1 lakh divided by this one. So 100 rupees per hour. So in this case, let's take this machinery tires manufacturing. You are using 90 hours. This is time and day. This is okay. Let it be 1 month. In this case, for tire manufacturing, what is your cost, sir? In terms of machinery cost, let me speak only machinery cost. 90 into 100. That is the cost you are getting here. Our cost is 100. So my machinery cost for tires is 9,000. Same way, my machinery cost for my here. My machinery cost is going to be 10 into 100, 1,000 rupees while doing my manufacturing cost. So all these segregations, which is possible to do it only in controlling module, not in finance module. Okay, so in terms of product costing, to allocate or to capture the production manufacturing cost or operational costs properly, we are going to use controlling module. The other way is to segregate the cost as per your reporting requirement, and second case in terms of manufacturing to allocate the cost to your respective operations or respective manufacturing order wise. Okay, that is the purpose also we are going to use the controlling module. So now you can say, sir, what is the major use of your controlling module? Sir, till now any doubt, anybody? Anybody having any doubt, sir? Anybody having any doubt? Okay. So now try to understand of this one. So your majorly controlling module we are going to use for reporting or allocation point of view, majorly the cost. Cost means your P&L, and based on that we are going to use for internal reporting. Now we can look it out the organization structure. Organization structure of your controlling module. So in controlling module, COPA is major module. COPA is your first main one. So for one business, if you want, you can create n number of COPA. That means COPA is nothing but operating concern. Operating concern. COPA is nothing but operating concern. Okay. Now, in controlling module, your major node is operating concern, and based on business requirement, we can define as many as operating concerns required. SAP is providing that option. But in my case, in real time, as of now, I have seen using of only one operating concern. Okay. So even if anybody asks you what is your operating concern in your interview question, you just say whatever the project you are keeping, just say some 4-digit code related to operating concern. Let's take right now we are using one of the project. It is like HALO or operating concern. Okay, HAL is my operating concern. That is where you can take. So now I am going to take the example of second, sir. Let me take the company code name from the team. Mahendra, what is your company code? RILT or TCS?
RILT, sir.
No, yours is RILT, Bhumika. Mahendra is there.
TCS 7, sir.
TCS 7. Yeah, I will go with the TCS 7. So in my example, I am going to with TCS 7. Okay. So here TCS 7 is your operating concern, or you can take RILT also, or whatever it is. So that is what it is going to be, just a 4-digit code. For our training purpose, we are going to use the same. But in real time, whatever you are using the respective projects in your resume, Based on that, you just consider one name. Normally, in real time, we won't keep these 7 digits. Normally, we will use alpha value for operating concern, either alpha value or numerical value. Both of it we are not going to use in real time, but we can use alpha numerical value while defining it. But in real time, we won't do such a way. Either we will use only alpha value or we will use only numerical value, or you can say 9991 simple, which is there right now also. You can use my operating concern is 9991. That is the way you can say it. Okay. Your operating concern is highest node. From your operating concern, you can have controlling area. Okay. And while coming to the controlling area, for one operating concern, we can have multiple controlling areas. Like that. See, for one company, we are able to assign multiple company codes. Same way, one operating concern, we are able to assign multiple controlling areas. This is purely as per business requirement only. This is purely as per business requirement only. Okay. So, but in real time, normally we will have only one controlling area. Till now, I have seen one operating concern assigned to one controlling area only. But in SAP, we are having these options. Okay. So you can say that whatever the project you are having, you are working on it, you can say to them that I'm having only one operating concern and one controlling area only. And the controlling area name, what is your controlling area name? If they ask, you can say 9991 or HAL or whatever the name you are going to use it. Okay. Please give your answers confidently. That would be enough. Okay. Okay. So this is the way. You can use one operating concern can be assigned to multiple controlling areas. And now, for one controlling area, you can assign multiple company codes like this. For one controlling area, you can assign multiple company codes. Okay. But within one operating concern, one company code not possible to assign to another controlling area. Either you can use in controlling area 1 or controlling area 2 or controlling area 3. The same company code not possible to assign to multiple controlling areas within the same operating concern. That means one company code can be assigned to one controlling area only, but one controlling area can be assigned to multiple company codes. Okay, clear, sir? Okay, this is it. One controlling area can be assigned to This is the way we can do it. So any doubts are here till now? So one controlling area can be assigned to one operating concern only. But for one operational operating concern, you can assign multiple controlling areas. In the same way, one company code can be assigned to one controlling area only, but one controlling area can have multiple company codes. Okay, this is the way we are going to define in our controlling module. The next thing, you are saying that now we are going to assign the company code to controlling area and controlling area to operating concern, right? So while doing this assignment, what is the prerequisite? What is the pre-check you want to? Number one, assigning of a company code to controlling area, then the chart of account and fiscal year should be same between company code and controlling area. So if you want to assign your company code to controlling area, whatever the financial year and chart of account you are having in your company code level, we have defined our fiscal year variance, sir. That is what I am saying. Fiscal year and chart of account. Here the chart of account nothing but your operational chart of account. So your operational chart of account and your financial year should be same between your company code versus controlling area, which is mandatory thing. Then only you are able to assign this one. You are able to assign your company code to controlling area, and when your chart of account and fiscal year should be same between these two options. And it is an interview question. Please do keep in mind. On what basis we are able to assign your company code to controlling area? When my company code is having same chart of account and same fiscal year, whatever I am assigning in my controlling area, then only we are able to. Else it is not possible. So it is going to be an interview question. Please keep it in mind. Okay. Next, if you want to assign your controlling area to your operating concern, what is the rule you want to follow? If you want to assign your controlling area to operating concern, your financial year or fiscal year of operating concern and controlling areas should be same. Okay. In this case, it will look only fiscal year. That means assigning of controlling area to operating concern. The fiscal year between controlling area and operating concern should be same. Should be same. Then only we are able to assign it. So these are the two things which we need to keep in mind whenever we are doing your controlling module. So these two are going to be your interview questions. Please keep in mind. Okay. Now I will open the system and we will see what is your controlling area, and within that controlling area, what and all the parameters we are going to have it, and based on that we will see the discussions. Okay. Let me go to the controlling area. Hmm. So let's take example of this one. So here you can see your controlling area. It is just a name and who is responsible. And here if you look at company code to controlling area, we are having two options. Is controlling area as same as company code? In such cases, if you select the first one, controlling area as same as company code. In such cases, your company code is equal to your controlling area. Let's assume if you are having 100 company codes, then you need to have 100 controlling areas if you select first option. The selection of first option in real-time business cases very, very rare. In my 12 years or 13th year of experience, I have not seen such a case. Each company code wise using of a controlling area, I have not seen, but the option is available in SAP. Okay, so if you want to go with each company code wise, the controlling, then we can go it. There won't be any issue which we can do it. Okay, and the next one is cross company code cost accounting. Majorly, we are going to use this second one only, which is cross company code. That means more than one company code, we can use it for controlling module. And even I will show you the cross company code postings also in controlling module. Okay, it's like your intercompany postings. That is also possible to it in controlling module also. We will see that one. So cross company code means one controlling area can have more than one company code. That is what we are going to do through cross company code costing. Okay. And then for every controlling area, you are going to maintain the respective controlling area currency. It may be anything. As I said, in OB22, we are going to maintain the currencies, which is like 10 local currency. I don't know whether you guys are remember or not. In OB22, while assigning our currencies to company code, multiple currencies, we are able to maintain up to 3 local currencies. During that time, I have explained about all these currencies. So if you want to use the existing currencies like your company code currency or group currency, hard currency, index or global currency, anything, you can use it directly here also. Along with those currencies, if you want to go a separate currency, then you will use controlling area 20 and where you can maintain your own currency, where you can maintain your own currency. If you maintain 20 at controlling area level, you can maintain your own currency. So later on, we can say that currency, later on, we will say that currency as controlling area currency. Okay. And next one, you can see here the other settings. Here you are going to have the chart of accounts and fiscal year variant. For every controlling area, you mandatorily require the chart of accounts and the fiscal year. And this is what I was explaining here. So for every company code, you will have a chart of account and you will have a fiscal year variant. For every company code, you will have a chart of account and also a fiscal year variant mandatory. Without that, you cannot do any postings to company code level. And now those two should be same whatever your controlling area is having. For controlling area also, you require mandatory the chart of accounts and the fiscal year. Okay. Now in this case, the chart of account and fiscal year, whatever you are having it, it has to be same between all these company codes. That is why in real time, if you look at, we will use same chart of account and same fiscal year variant for all the company codes, irrespective of your location or region or country. And if you want specific to country, then we will go with non-leading ledgers. So that is the case, you need to look it out. So if anybody asks a interview question, is your chart of account is same for all the company codes? Yes, it is same. Is your fiscal year variant is same for all the company codes? You can say yes. Then they may ask a question, why you are using same fiscal year? Why don't you use different fiscal years? Then you can say we are having controlling module. As per controlling module, the chart of accounts and the fiscal year variant should be same. That is why we are going same chart of account and same fiscal year for all the company codes. And wherever business is requiring a new fiscal year variant, in such cases, we are going with non-leading ledger concept basis. That is the way you need to respond for your interview questions. Okay. Now, the next thing is document type, standard hierarchy. While defining our controlling module, our own controlling area, during that time I will explain all the standard hierarchies and the document type. So whenever you are doing a postings within controlling module, it will come from finance to controlling module. And the same way, in controlling module also, we are having option to calculate overheads. And that overhead cost is not available in your financial accounting. Okay. So that is what. Let's take here the example I have explained earlier, the manufacturing explanation. Okay. Here, for this manufacturing order, you are booking 99,000 rupees. And I am going to here add up your direct overheads or indirect overhead, IOH. I am going to apply 20% of my mission cost is my indirect overheads. I need to apply. This indirect overheads you have not booked anywhere in the financial accounting. You have not booked anywhere in the financial accounting, which is happening only in controlling module now. Later, you need to pass this value to your financial accounting. That means this 1800 value is not available in your finance books now. It is available only in your controlling module or your managerial accounting. And this value, we need to update it back to your financial accounting, your financial books. That is where we are going to say it as CO to FI reconciliation or FI to CO reconciliation. That is what we can say it as COFI reconciliation. COFI reconciliation. We will say it as COFI. COFI, we use it to say it as COFI reconciliation. So where I am going to post this 1800 again in your financial accounting. While posting this 1800 in your financial accounting, what accounting document type do I need to use? That is what we are maintaining here. That is what we are maintaining here. And this reconciliation purpose was there earlier versions. Now in ECC latest versions or S4 HANA, this reconciliation is automatically happening. There is no need of doing your reconciliations manually. Earlier versions like 4.7 or ECC 5, you are having these things to be done manually. Now in latest versions, enhancement package 6, EHP 6, ECC 6.0, enhancement package 6 onwards, it is not required to do manually. You can do it. System will do automatically these adjustment postings. And when it comes to the S4 HANA, even it is not at all required because everything is controlled through your AC DOCA table. So that is the reason it is not required to do any reconciliation related postings in SAP module now, where system will take care of those entries automatically. I mean to say the manual postings is not required now. System will take care of those reconciliation entries automatically. So for that purpose, we are going to update the respective document type here. And now, if you go and see the components, what and all the components we are having it in your controlling module. Okay, let's see. Here, if you look at the major components, cost center accounting, which is your cost center module, sub-module of your controlling cost centers. So do you want to activate this module or not? If you want, you can activate, or if you don't want it, don't activate. Order management, this order management, nothing but it will come up with your lot of things. So you can not only internal order, you will have internal order, production order, process order, or PM order, QM order, whatever the PP module or QM module, all other modules also going to integrate with controlling module. So for all these order related management, do you want to activate? Yes, if you want to activate, you can activate. If you don't want, don't activate. But normally, every time we will activate order management also. Okay. Next, commitment. Commitment management means first you try to understand what is commitment. Okay. Try to understand what is your commitment. Commitment means whatever the agreement you have given, that is what we can say it as commitments. Okay. Let assume you are going to purchase 1000 kgs of raw material, and 1 kg raw material is 1000 rupees, which is going to be the total cost as 1 million. It is like just giving an order to the vendor. You have given an order to your vendor. So here the actual stock is available? No. You just given an order. That order we can say it as a commitment. So, do you want to activate your commitment management? That means in your controlling module, if you are having any planned orders, do you want to consider those planned orders or not? That is what we are going to control through commitment management. Okay. Next one is profit analysis. This is what we can say it as controlling operating concern. Profit analysis means operating concern, COPA. So your COPA is higher node than the controlling area. So that is why it is not possible to activate from here. You can activate your COPA at operating concern level. So at the time of doing COPA module, during that time, we will activate COPA. Okay. Activity based costing also this there. It is ABC costing we can say. So to me, I don't have any knowledge on activity based costing, and it is also higher level costing, which I am not aware of it. Even most of the people also not. Okay. And next one, profit center accounting. Do you want profit center accounting at controlling level? Yes. Projects. You will have project systems, PS module. So do you want to follow PS module also? Yes. Do you want to follow sales orders? We are also having sales order costing. Do you want to follow sales order costing? Yes. Then cost object, real estate management. Do you want to follow all those things? We can follow it. The next one is related to your currency indicators, all currencies. This all currencies is one-time activation. If you activate it, you cannot deactivate it. Or if you have not activated and you cannot activate it. So this is what it is going to control. If you select all currencies, then in controlling module, you can see the reports either in controlling area currency or in your company code currency. Your company code might have INR, might have USD, might have Euro, or any other currencies also depend upon it. So in such cases, you are able to see your reports both in controlling area currency as well as your respective local currencies. If you have not selected this checkbox, then in controlling module, you are able to see your controlling reports only in controlling area currency, not possible to see in any other currencies. Okay. Variances, you are going to see it in production variances at the time of doing production order. If you are having any variance, so do you want to consider those variances or not? That is what we are going to look it out through variances, and this one we are going to cover it in our product costing. Company code validation, yes, we are having this option, so I will explain this one while doing our data entry. So what is this company code validation? If you select company code validation, you are able to post the data entry for the objects which is related to this specific company code wise. But earlier we have seen, sir, we have activated your controlling area as cross company. That means more than one company code, we can use our controlling areas. So during that time, whenever you are doing your FB50 or FB70, your company code is TCS, but your cost object is related to RILT company. Okay, in such cases, do you want to allow to post or not? If you select, then it will allow, it won't allow. If you not select, it will allow. In real time, normally, very rare cases, we won't select. We will select. We won't select majorly, very rare cases only, we will select this company code validation. It depend upon client to client, business to business, it will be. Okay. Then these are your alternative hierarchies. What is required, you are going to maintain. This is basic about your controlling area. So, and you are going to assign your company codes to your controlling area. You can see assignment of company codes. Here, for this controlling area, I have assigned 3 company codes, which means all these 3 company codes will have same chart of account and same fiscal year. If it is other than these 3, system won't accept. Let's see. I am going to assign here the TCS 7 itself. Then see what system will give. Differing chart of accounts. So your chart of account is differing because your chart of account is TTML. For TCS, it is TCS 7. So your chart of account is different. Hence, it won't agree. So here they have cleared this statement. Chart of account TTML, controlling area TTML does not agree with chart of account TCS 7 and company code TCS 7. That is what we have said. So the same chart of account is assigned to controlling area and company code. This is the major step you need to look it out. That is what we have discussed earlier. Okay. And the other case also, along with that, you also need to follow the fiscal year variant also should be same between your company codes and chart of accounts. If you look at all these 3 company codes has the same chart of account and same financial year. If you want, you can observe in the table. P16N T001. So here you can see chart of accounts. So these 3 company codes, TTL2, M1 and TTML. These 3 company codes I am having same chart of account and same fiscal year variant. Then only it is possible to assign. If you are having different chart of account and different fiscal year, then it is not possible to do it. Okay? Clear, sir? Till here, clear? Anybody having any doubt till here? Anybody having any doubt till here?
No, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Now the next topic I am going to show, once you are able to create your controlling area, the next one we are going to focus on the cost element accounting. So here your cost elements nothing but your GL accounts. Okay, so in the cost elements we are having two nature of cost elements. So in your cost element nothing but your GL account only. Okay. Even in S4 also, last week, Murli said, we are we have removed now the cost element option in your chart of account level. If you observe in the table level, in ECC also, all your cost elements, all your cost elements. See, this is your chart of account and this is your cost elements. And here you can see here, these cost elements, if you see 921, all these things are secondary cost elements. All these things are secondary cost elements, which is not possible to be available in your SKA1 or SKB1 table. That is what there in ECC. And these are secondary cost elements. And these are whatever the GL accounts you are creating and which is available in your SKA1. All those are related to your primary cost elements. Now in S4 HANA, both your primary cost elements as well as secondary cost elements part of your GL accounts only, because in earlier also, even though you have defined these secondary cost elements also in controlling module, but for those things also by default the chart of account it is taking as whatever you are having at your company code level or controlling area level. And whether it is there at company code level or controlling area level, it should be same. That is what we are saying the comment, and we have observed the just also. Your chart of accounts should be same between your controlling area and company code. Now all these GL accounts are creating a chart of account level only. That is the reason now they brought down this option into GL account level. Why we need to have two table and two levels of work? Why can't we merge it? That is what happened in your S4 HANA, because your secondary cost elements are also part of your chart of accounts only in controlling module. That is the reason now they brought down this one into GL accounts. That is also part of your FS00. They have removed the KA01 T code now. Now there is no KA01 or KA02 T codes in S4 HANA. KA01 is creation of your cost element. Okay, which is no more available in S4 HANA. The same now they brought down into your GL accounts. Last week classes, if you observed the S4 HANA classes, Murli would cover this one. Now your cost elements is part of your FS00 only. There only you are going to look it out. Okay, now we are going to see how it is going to be. Now you are going to create the cost element, and here you are having the cost element category. So in SAP, your controlling module capture the values with respect to cost elements, and each cost element will control the respective cost element category. So here you can observe the cost element categories. So primary cost, accrual deferral debits. 3 and 4 very rarely we will use. In my experience, I have not used. And 1 we are going to use regularly. 11, 12 and 22 also we are going to use it. Okay, and we are going to cover all these 4 categories in our training. Okay, primary we are going to cover revenues, sales deduction also we are going to cover in terms of sales revenue and sales deduction. Okay, these two also we are going to cover. And this one external settlement. That means from controlling module to FI module, you are going to settle the values. During that time, we are going to see the external settlements. This also we are going to cover in internal order with AUC concept. Internal order with AUC concept we are going to cover. So these are the major things which you need to remember as a cost elements 1, 11, 12, 22, which is mandatory. And the same way, we are also having the secondary cost elements. Just now we have seen, right? 921,000. So here, these are your secondary cost element categories. You will have 21 internal settlement, then 31 work orders, that is your work in progress WIP, 41 overheads, 42 assessment, and 43 internal activity. Here activity means we have discussed, right, the machinery hours, labor hours, cleaning hours. Those are your activities. Okay. Assessments, you are going to allocate the cost. For that purpose, we are going to use overhead rates. We are going to use it. So all those things we are going to cover up in our course in the next 3 months. Okay, all these cost element categories will be covered. Okay, majorly you are going to see into cost element accounting as what and all the cost element categories you are having it, and the next thing is cost element groupings. How are we going to do cost element grouping? That is what we are going to look at out in cost element accounting. Okay, this is the major thing which we are going to observe. So till here the basic knowledge is clear, sir. If okay, then whatever the topics we have said here, I'm going to take each topic wise what and all the objects we are going to cover. Just here I'm giving the overall names. Okay, cost element accounting, cost center, internal order, product costing, and COPA and material ledger. Here, just this is what this one is. I'm going to say it as optional, sir. Okay, so based on the last minute, the number of persons availability, I'm going to take this material ledger. Today in institute there is around 10 to 15 people are there, and also in online we are having around 30 people. So if you continue all those people the same way till the last sessions, then I will cover this material also. If you guys drop in between, I can't do anything. This is I'm going to explain in addition to existing CO modules. And material ledger, if you know material ledger, for sure your resume will have a value addition. The people who knows material ledger at 3 years, 4 years, 5 years of experience, I can say that it is very rare in the industry. In the industry, the people who know material ledger, very rare. If they learn, then it will be fine. If not, in real time, getting the material ledger experience, it cannot be happen even if you are going to have 10 years of experience also. Getting material ledger experience is very difficult. Okay, this is very high level topic, and getting a chance to learn or work is very difficult. Okay, if you take in India level also, if you are having thousand of CO consultant, then the people who know material ledger is around 100 only. And if you consider only FI consultants who knows material ledger, means I can say 10 to 15%, 10 to 15 people. That is, it is just 1% of FI people, only finance module who knows. If they know material ledger, means it is going to be very, but 1,000 people we can find out only 1 or 2 who knows material ledger, who is working on only FI finance. Who is working on CO, you can find out out of 1,000 people, you may get 100 people. But the people who work only in finance and having material ledger experience, I can say for 1,000, if you find out 1 or 2 itself, is very major number, I can say. So that level of concept is material ledger. So if you guys are ready to learn, I am ready to take. Okay. And now, as I said, in the cost element accounting, I am going to take the basic controlling, basic controlling and cost element accounting and cost element groups. Cost element groups, we are going to have it. Cost center accounting, we are going to see the basic scenario testings. Then we will have assessment and distribution. So in this case, we are going to get around 20 scenarios nearly. We are going to get around 20 scenarios nearly. Then we are going to have activity rate calculations. Activity rate calculation. So in activity rate calculation, we are going to have different processes in SAP. Based on that, which first one is your dependent planning. Dependent planning I am going to take. Number 2, independent planning. I am going to take it up. And third one is capacity planning also I am going to take. So knowing the capacity planning also, less number of people only, sir. Okay. The people who knows capacity planning at 3 years or 4 years of experience or 5 years, very less number of people only will know capacity planning. If the person is worked on real time, then only he will know the capacity planning. Else it is very rare. Okay. Then these are the major things we are going to cover. Along with that, the manual postings in controlling module. Manual adjustment postings in cost center accounting. We are going to see this one also. These are the major things which we are going to cover. So to cover all these topics, it may take 1.5 month nearly, 1 to 1.5 month. And next one we are going to have internal order. So internal order, we are going to have 2 types of internal order. Real IO, statistical IO. So we are going to cover both of the topics. And budgeting also. Budgeting at IO level also we are going to cover. Here also, sir, budgeting at controlling cost center accounting also. Cost center level, budgeting at CC level, we will see it. Okay. Here budgeting at IO level and its control. Both we are going to see it. And IO with AUC, we are going to see it. And again here, I am going to cover AUC settlements in only FI. This topic also I will cover here. Okay. To know this one, asset accounting is required. So by this, when by this concept comes, I would complete the asset module also, the people who is doing right now. Post completion of asset module only, I will take these 2 things. Okay. Without knowing asset accounting, doing these 2 is very difficult. And rest all, you can do it without knowing anything of your finance. If you know only financial accounting general ledger, which will be more than enough to do all those things within controlling module. Okay. To do these 2 things, you need to know the basic asset accounting knowledge. Okay. This we will cover post asset accounting. The people who is completed asset accounting, it would be fine. If not, post asset accounting only, you can understand this one. Okay. As a sessions, I am going to take it up. If you have not completed your AA training, you can learn asset accounting Then you can take these audio or videos from the institute and you can take the classes, sir. No issues. Every session is going to be recorded now. And in product costing, we are going to see the basic settings required for product costing. And then we are going to see standard cost estimations, then production orders, we are going to look at, and along with production order, we are going to see the almost 10 scenarios in product costing. We are going to see almost 10 scenarios in product costing, and also we are going to have splitting valuation, which is important topic. We are going to see splitting valuation also, and so these are the major things which we are going to cover, sir. 10 to 15 it will come, sir. 10 to 15 scenarios it will come. And COPA, prerequisites, then activating controlling area, then COPA activation. We are going to see COPA activation. Here we are going to see account based COPA, costing based COPA. I'm going to cover both the COPAs, account based COPA and costing based COPA. In S4 HANA, we are having the option of costing based COPA, but we are focusing only account based COPA in S4 HANA. But in ACC, we are using less accounting based COPA. Majorly, we are using costing based COPA in ECC. But in S4 HANA, it is reverse. Costing based COPA we are using very less, and we are using account based COPA majorly. So all those things we are going to cover into your COPA module. And in material ledger, we are going to say actual costing, parallel valuations. Actual costing and parallel valuations we are going to see in your material ledger. And for understanding of this material ledger, actual costing, you mandatory required is product costing. You need to get it, and you need to be very familiar with the product costing, and also you need to be very familiar with your FIMM integration. Okay, FIMM integration and FISD integration, you need to be very familiar. FIMM integration, we are going to cover all this. We are going to cover around 8 to 10 scenarios. Also in FIMM integration with price control S and V also, how it will behave, and purchase price difference also. Purchase price difference also we are going to take, how it is going to trigger. So if you understand this purchase price concept, then it would be very easy in terms of material ledger. So if you want to learn material ledger, you mandatory need to learn FIMM integration with proper, and also you need to learn the product costing and cost center accounting. Cost center accounting, because of this activity, planning. This is mandatory, you need to learn. And also along with that, you need to learn mandatorily the product costing. If you know these three topics thoroughly, then only you are able to understand material ledger concept. Else it is very difficult to understand material ledger topic. Okay, so all these things we are going to cover into our controlling module. Okay, so any doubts, sir, on this course duration and course topics, and what is the purpose we are going to use controlling module? What is the purpose we are going to use your controlling module? And also how the basic settings is required. Any doubts are till here? Anybody having any doubts, online or offline?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So today I'm taking only the basic. Tomorrow morning I'm going to create the controlling area. Okay.